Hi. So I shot this video in the spring of this year. I think it was in April. So it's November now. Um, I never got around to editing it and putting it up. So with a lull in the season, I figured I'd go ahead and do that now. Takeaways from the year. I went out and I've used the head beam once or twice, and it ended up being perfectly serviceable for what it is. It does have an adjustment feature on it, so the beam goes from wide to narrow, which is helpful. But other than that, it's not something that I would take out in the backcountry over a long period of time. Anyway, if you're looking for a late season distraction, if the winter doldrums are sort of settling in, I hope you enjoy this video.
Hi, I'm Jim, and welcome to my channel. With the high country season almost upon us, I thought I would switch things around a little bit and start talking a little bit more about gear. Specifically today, I'm going to talk about the Tri-Beam headlamp from Lone Survivalist. Now, if you're like me, you spend a lot of time on YouTube watching different outdoor channels, knife channels, camping, backpacking, hiking, that sort of thing. You have no doubt seen the Tri-Beam advertisement from Lone Survivalist. It's the ad that comes on that basically says he's got this Tri-Beam headlamp that's 2,000 lumens that he normally sells on his website for $39 that he wants to give to you for free. And as I said, the claim is that it's a 2,000 lumen headlamp. It's regularly $39 on his website. He wants to give it to you for free. He freely admits that his hope is that you go to his website and that you buy something else in the process. So anyway, I was watching a channel several weeks ago, and I don't remember what channel that was, and that ad came on. And even though I was pretty skeptical about it, right, I figured it was one of those websites where, I'll go to and it's just going to be a barrage of stuff, or it's going to be a scam, it'll be overpriced, whatever. But I was in a good mood, so I decided, what the heck, I'll go ahead and check it out. So I went to the site, and he was perfectly upfront. He wanted you to buy stuff while you were on his site, but the amount of stuff they throw at you is just amazing, and you really have to sort of feed through and go page by page by page by page, to make sure, read the fine print, make sure you're unclicking things, to make sure that you're not getting charged more, or you're not buying more than just the headlamp. In any case, I got through all the screens, got to the point where I was purchasing just the headlamp. Shipping to my area was like $14.95. I did a quick check on eBay to see if there are any reviews about this headlamp. No, there weren't any reviews. There were some reviews for similar headlamps that were done several years ago. The prices that they were throwing around for those headlamps several years ago was, $20, $25 on Amazon. I did a quick check on Amazon, didn't find anything that was exactly this. I did find a bunch of headlamps on Amazon that claimed to be anywhere from 3,000 to 25,000 lumens, from between $20 and $35. Anyway, as I said, I was in a good mood. I always need a good headlamp. I figured, what the heck. Threw down my $14.95 for shipping and decided to see, what I end up with. And so this is what came in the mail. It's nicely packaged, as you can see. Open it up. Pretty basic inside. Let's see what we've got going on here. We've got the headlamp, and as they tell you, it's a tri-lamp headlamp. Now, he claims it's 2,000 lumens. Well, what it is it's 1,000 lumen main beam, and then two 500 lumen side beams. So I'm not sure I would consider that 2,000 lumens. I'm not sure if you can, if brightness is additive. Maybe it is. Maybe somebody can clarify that for me in the comments. But I'm not sure I would consider this 2,000 lumens. I would consider it basically 1,000 lumens max with two 500 lumen supporting beams. In any case, it's got a battery pack in the back, pretty standard. Quality wise, I would say this is pretty. It's I wouldn't call it super high quality. I'm sure it'll probably get the job done, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out and test it. So I'm going to, I've got a Petzl now, which is 700 lumens max. I typically run it at about 450 lumens. You can adjust the settings. Again, it looks pretty basic. I would consider this on par with some of the inexpensive stuff that I'm seeing coming out of China. That doesn't mean that it's not any good, but again, it looks like a basic setup. Also in the box, we get a charging pack and a pair of rechargeable batteries. There's nothing else here. There's no instructions. There's nothing that really speaks to the features of the product. So I guess I'm going to have to go on their website and see what they've got there. I was on the website earlier. I don't remember seeing any sort of instruction manual, but I'll have to go and do a quick search for the instruction manual. I was on the website looking to see if it was waterproof, right? Because if you get a hand lamp and you spend a lot of time in the outdoors, you want to know that it's waterproof. I have not seen anything on the website that actually says that it's waterproof. Now this is sort of your basic plastic battery pack. This right here, this is rubber. Frankly, it doesn't look too durable. I mean, the entire thing is rubber. What I would prefer is for this back piece to be plastic and to have an O-ring or a gusset of some sort. But this just appears to be a rubber flap. But what can you expect for 14 bucks? So yeah, and you can see, I put any pressure here, that's pressure from my hat or pressure from my head. You can see it puts a gap in there. So seriously doubt that there's any sort of claims that this is going to be waterproof. But in good conditions, if it's bright enough, maybe it'll work. You can see, take a quick look at that big beam. I mean, that's right out of the package, and I don't even know. I mean, there's a big, and this looks like the way that it's molded. And you can see there's cracks all in this. So I didn't expect anything momentous. I didn't expect this high quality product. I was just sort of in a good mood and said, what the heck? Let's see what they're offering on this site. They do offer a whole bunch more stuff. But again, this looks super, super, super basic. It looks like something that you would find on GearBest. But you know what? I've gotten some good stuff off of GearBest, so I'm not gonna complain. But I'll do a test. And I'll take this out. I don't see this as like a heavy duty backcountry kind of a thing, but maybe it'll be serviceable for the car, or just in the neighborhood, or just to have an extra laying around somewhere. I'll charge it up and we'll see how it is. So anyway, I thought I'd have a little fun with the headlamp. And so this is what I got, and I'll let you know more as I find out more. It's about 9:15, and I'm ready to go. It's a really pleasant evening out. I can feel the chill, but I'm not really cold, so it should be a pleasant hike up to the lake. So the hike up starts with a steep pitch, levels out a bit, and then pitches up again before basically becoming rolling. Listen to those frogs.
Okay, I'm at the wilderness sign, which means that the lake is just over this bluff. It's about 10:15. I am at the lake proper. Now here's a nice flat spot, and I've camped here before. So it's pretty warm tonight, and you can't see it, but there's a pretty clear sky, lots of stars out. So I've decided to go without my rain fly, just the bug netting. Really, you know, if I had my druthers, I'd be out here with my tarp, but there's too many mosquitoes out for that. I should be plenty warm. I mean, that new pad has an R rating of 4.4. Right now, it's about 60 degrees. It's supposed to get down to maybe mid 40s, and my sleeping bag can more than handle that. So this is home for the night. So this new pad is big. I mean, it takes up almost the full width of my tent, and not quite the full length, but it is big. The site's sort of on a slant, but otherwise not that bad. The pad, it seemed like I inflated it completely, but doesn't quite feel like it has as much loft as I expected. So we'll see how it goes through the night. See you in the morning. This Tri-Beam headlamp was pretty handy last night. You can adjust the highest beam by rotating this. So I was able to get a wider beam last night than than I initially had. And when I heard those noises, it was handy to have that 1,000 lumens. Now that said, again, I would not go out and pay $79 for this. You can find similar headlamps on Amazon for like $15-20. And for $15 or $20 and something to have to light your way, sure, it's it's maybe worth it. But for something to have in the backcountry that you need to rely on that might get wet, yeah, this definitely is not something that you'd want. But around the house, day hikes, or some if you need to just stash an extra headlamp somewhere that's disposable, this might be a decent option for that.